You know what I do it for? I do it for the first 2 seconds when that motherfucker cracks that jar. You know what I'm saying? That first second when they stick their nose in the jar, that look on their face, that's what I do it for.
This guy is like a gangster.
What's up?
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
What's up?
Got something pretty special in store for today. This is the first episode of Sunday Sesh with my this is going to be for Campin and Canna Alicia. Really lucky to now we can officially say that this show is brought to you guys by Real Growers.
What's
Had a
up,
conversation
Real
with
Growers?
this morning, rocking the Real Recharge t-shirt. By the way, Joof Scotty said to make sure that I said hi to you. And anyone out there, if you want to save 10% on all Real Growers products store-wide, and any orders over $50 include free shipping, go to realgrowers.com/Cortez or just put promo code Cortez at checkout. But now that we got that out of the way, let's get a little introduction for Joof here. You know, we're kind of lucky to get this guy's mug on the camera. Everybody hears about him. He gets brought up on the show all the time. Scotty always gives him shout outs. But, you know, you've been on a couple shows now, but I don't know. Why don't we get into it, Joof? Why don't we let the people know who you are a little bit now that they can see it?
Yeah, man. Well, dude, I've always been like old school, like you keep your face behind the scenes. You know what I mean? Like, I still kind of like do my whole garden like that and everything. Like, it's legal in New York, but I'm like one of the few that want it to be illegal again. You know what I mean? Or like,
I'm trying to make it 325 again, so I'm right there with you, Joof.
I'm just saying. I don't know. I don't think anybody should be in prison over it, but at the same time,
I think it's kind of one of those things where it's like what's understood doesn't have to be explained.
Yeah, totally. So yeah, man, I've been part of the DGC now, dude. I don't even know how long. I think it's been like 6 years.
You know, I was just thinking about it this morning. Me and you go back some years now.
Yeah, dude. I was trying to remember.
Like 2-3 years now we've been talking bullshit.
Yeah, man. Was that the first podcast I was on? That was in that 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah, probably now. It's kind of time flies, man. Kind of fucked up to think about, but it
is
a
crazy.
Few years now, you know.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. I still haven't made it out to the cup either. I still haven't made it out to the cup.
Oh, I know. Every year I'm like, Joof, I'm gonna come get you. If you don't ride in the passenger seats, you're going in the trunk.
You know what it is? Honestly, it's like a bad time of year for me. Like, so I do asphalt, and our seats are just starting to get rolling, and so like it always comes at a bad time of the year for me. So it's like
I feel you on that one because it's like when I just went out to the cup this year, even though my vacation time was approved, I still kind of got like punished when I got back to work, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
I think they were a little irritated because we get like floating holidays. We get 2 a year, which is basically like our trump cards. They can't be like denied or anything for like any reason. I got my week of vacation time approved first, and then I stacked my 2 floating holidays after the fact to give me 11 days off in a row, and I was still getting 40-hour paychecks.
Nice.
Kind of like my uncle always used to say, though, fuck them if they can't take a joke, right?
Yeah. Screw them anyway, man. So what you guys smoking on today, man?
Hey, some of my ice cream cake by Dr. Blaze.
Nice.
And some live rosin. I don't even know. I think Nerds something. Lemon Nerds. I don't even know.
Nice. I love live rosin, man.
Yeah.
That's
It's feeling pretty good.
On over there, Alicia.
I've
Yeah.
been smoking punch bubble. We grew we had a sea of green last. We harvested in February, so I've been smoking on that.
Oh.
One thing I've never done is a sea of green. I never did a sea of green. I mean, technically, I guess, like, I don't know. I just never had I don't think I've had the patience to deal with all those little pots. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, you're definitely doing it the right way, Joof. You got the what are they? 20 gallons?
Oh no, dude! This time I ran 7 gallons. So, all right,
I'm surprised.
I had my soil for like 2 years, dude, in these 20-gallon pots with the Blue Mott system.
See, I know your setup, Joof. I know your setup,
dude.
bud.
Well, I didn't run it because what I had to do was I got a little bit crazy during the spring clone season last year. And I grew like a jungle in my bedroom. I mean, like a jungle from floor to ceiling were plants. And I was just trying to make it so I had as many cuts as I could possibly get. Well, that was a lot for me to take care of, to move all the plants. And I guess just fell short. And somehow I got spider mites. And I felt like I battled
those
them.
little bastards about 8 months ago.
Dude, I just nuked everything. I just took out, and those 20-gallon pots, I just kept seeing, maybe there were no eggs in between the fabric, but in my head, I was like, why even take the chance, man?
Yeah.
So
burn their whole fucking village to the ground.
Yeah, that's what I did, and I lost all my genetics. You know what I mean? And there was nothing else to blame than my laziness. That's it.
What did you do to combat them? Or get rid of them, or
I tried predator mites. That helped a little bit. I tried.
Any rove beetles in there?
No, I just did. It was just the predator mite. I forgot what it was named. I did that, and then I did treatments of Lost Coast. When they were in veg, I tried pyrethrin. And then, right before harvest, I just chopped the ones off that were fucked up, and then I washed the rest, and whatever looked good, I kept. You know what I mean? But I lost a lot, and it was more worth it to me to lose the genetics and start all over again than to just keep battling the problem over and over and over again. So
sometimes you got to cut off your finger to save your hand.
Exactly. Yeah. See, I was also fortunate that I just had Lovin' in Her Eyes genetics on deck, just waiting to go in the soil. And because I had the Cherry Paloma, I had my Jelly Gushers in there, and I had the Guava Gator 1, 2, and 3. Actually, I think I brought it back down to I think I only had 1 and 2. I think I gave Scotty the last cut of number 3, and then I wiped it out because I don't know. I wanted to find something new. What was that?
I was saying, speaking of Lovin' Her Eyes and Scotty, I heard you hooked him up with her genetics.
Yeah, he's got the Guava Gator number 3. She had made some tester seeds, and I had just been talking to her about bud or whatever and growing. What was that, a recharge commercial?
That was my rolling tray that clicked the thing, but I'll edit that out. So if you just want to act like she just asked you the question, it'll look seamless.
Yeah. So she made some tester seeds, and just through talking to her and being part of the DGC, knowing Scotty and whatever, and she was like, "Yo, you want to try these out?" I was like, "Yeah, definitely." And so she gave me 3 seeds of the Guava Gator, and she gave me 3 seeds of this one called Crocodile Tears. But unfortunately, the Crocodile Tears hermaphrodited on me. So I totally wiped that out. And what's crazy is it was such good bud in the end that but you had to pick seeds out. I mean, it was a ton of seeds. It was so horrible.
Ethos Autoflower that I just harvested. I just buds off the stems yesterday, and I
Yeah.
was going through it a little bit today because I think it's day like 6 of dry. And as I started to break into a nug, I haven't really got into it too much yet, but I found at least one solid seed. It was like, come on, Colin, really?
It happens, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. To some
Well,
I've
genetic.
never had an
No,
autoflower seed though.
One here and there, you could chalk it up to a stress seed. The thing just stresses out, creates a seed, whatever. Call it a mutation, call it whatever you want.
Yeah.
Then there's full-on seeding, and when I tell you this crocodile tears was seeded out, I mean fucking seeded out, dude.
Like milk.
We talk about like 3-4 beans and like a 3-5.
No, way more. Way more. I mean, when I tell you seeded out, I mean seeded out. Dude, I had to have gotten out of the 4x4 tent. I've had to pick out like 300 seeds. But like I would say in an eighth, you would find like 10, 15, maybe.
Sounds like an unintentional breeding project.
Oh, it was actually. And actually, that was my outdoor plant last year. I was just, so I would just like be sitting outside, right? And I'd be picking through the crocodile tears and just taking the seeds and throwing them in my yard. Well, like 11 plants grew, and I weeded them down to the strongest one, and it grew. And I got it to harvest. It didn't hermaphrodite or anything, so
Really?
technically it was kind of my own thing. But I just wiped it out. It was just for edibles. I didn't like the way it came out. It wasn't that great.
Yeah.
It's like the definition of Johnny Appleweed in there, my boy.
Yeah, dude. Yo, I did that last year too. So that year I contracted.
Oh, I
spider
remember
mites.
that.
So like,
Just
listen,
die.
not only did I get spider mites, but the guy ordered 50 clones from me, dude, like 50, and canceled the order 3 days before I was going to deliver plants. So I did all
That's
that
some
work.
an asshole or what?
I don't know. He's kind of an asshole because listen, he was like,
Got
yo, I
cold
can
feet.
get 6 cuts for $30. I was like, okay, if that's what you want. They're probably crappy genetics. I said, mine are tested, and I could tell you exactly what's going to happen with them, but whatever you want. So I had like 50 extra cuts. So I would just bring them to work or bring them with me in my car. And then I would just randomly stop places and plant them and like just hope that I never went back and checked on one, not one. And I hope to God some unsuspecting person was taking a hike in the woods and was like, holy crap, is that a weed plant? You know what I mean? And then they started hanging out, or they started taking care of it and then got it to harvest. That's can only be my hope. You know what I mean?
Never return to the scene of the crime.
Nah. Never been one to do stuff like that. You know what I mean?
No.
What
Fuck out
was
of
that?
here quickly now.
What was
Sorry. What was the guava gator or whatever? What was the parents or what was it crossed with? Do you have
Oh,
any
my gosh.
information on it?
I did. I used to know it, but I don't at all anymore. Because it wasn't like a proper pack. But
Yeah.
she does have the guava gator now. Like she sent me the tester seeds, and from me finding what I found, she was like, all right, I'm gonna stabilize this and run it. And then she ran it. I think it's on her menu somewhere. Still.
Okay.
And Scotty actually has one of the cuts of that guava gator, like. So when I found it, it just so happened I was harvesting it when Scotty came out to New York, and I brought a fresh harvest with me, and he was like, yo, this is great. I gave it to him. And then when I had a cut available, I sent it out to him. So the cut is, I think, still out there, but I don't have it.
That's what he was talking about growing, I think, on the show a few times. He just harvested and had a bucket full or something like that. I remember him talking about it. That's cool.
That's awesome. That is sweet.
How was it working with her?
Oh,
how
it's
is it
awesome.
working with her? Like, it must be kind of cool. I admire all of her strains. They're just like they're like sparkle. Like they're so special. They look so.
Well, the one thing I can tell you is she takes it so seriously, and that's like I do too. You know what I mean? But I'm no breeder, and I do not want to be a breeder. It's just not me. I don't have the space. You know what I mean? And that's a lot of time and effort and whatever.
It is.
And so it's been absolutely awesome because like I can talk to the person who made this stuff and like be like, oh, this is what I'm finding, this is what I found, you know what I mean? And now the next one I got going is Space Wrangler and Funky Fuego. And I've always asked her, I was like, hey, what's your favorite strain? And she's like, that's like a hard question to answer because there's so much. You like this one for that, but you like this one for this. So like you can't really say one's your favorite.
Situational.
But she said to me that Space Wrangler's up there. Like it would be one of them. You know what I mean? So I got that going next. And I just harvested Kaleidoscope Eyes, Midnight Moonlight, and Banana Bayou by her, which came out.
That Kaleidoscope Eyes looks fucking amazing, bro.
Dude, it came out really nice.
Sounds
really,
good.
really nice. I've been in trim jail all day. Like, I probably should be in there right now, but you know what? It was I was like, okay, I got to be on this podcast. This is a perfect reason to say, all right, shut everything up, done. And then after we get done with this, I'm eating one of my gummies and passing out.
There you go.
I got to take some cuts a little bit later on. Got the wife doing some laundry, so
nice.
Yeah.
I can't wait to take cuts again, man. Like, I don't even have mother plants, so this next round, I'm taking cuts and getting my perpetual going again because those spider mites killed me, man. They killed me, and like it literally broke my heart to have to tear it all down. But I figured it was just worth it. You know what I mean? So
you need a cut or two, brother. When
actually, I got all this loving genetics right now, dude.
Oh, okay.
And so like I'll run 4 plants in each tent. I got 2 tents, and then I got a whole veg room in the back. So like I
got some Tiki Madman Breeder's Cut of Blackberry if you're interested. Probably be like 2-3 weeks, but offers on the table.
Well, I might have a cut to send you in 2 to 3 weeks too. So I'm down, dude.
Sounds like a lot of cuts flying around.
I got this crazy redhead kid. I let him stay in my broom closet over.
Oh yeah, Alicia showed me him the other day. She sent a picture of him.
I guess he just got in some trouble in Florida or something. I don't know. I have no prior recollection of the events in question, but I'm just saying I give him a kick in the ass. He goes to the post office. Done deal.
He works hard though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Can't take that away from him. He still is a little bastard, but even if I try to kick him out, he just sleeps outside the back door. So it's like, what am I going to do, I made the mistake. I fed him one time, and now he won't leave.
Yeah.
You talking about a cat?
What happened?
Are you talking about a real person that you keep in your closet?
Yeah.
No, little redhead kids.
Yeah.
Really no, we got a cat too. We got a cat. We just got a cat recently, but no. Got our buddy Skip that kind of runs errands for me here or there.
So it's like a real person.
Per se, I mean, in theory.
Metaphorically.
Disclaimer, Tess does not have a little kid living in his closet.
Yeah. Full disclosure.
No diddy.
So Joof, do you prefer cuts or do you prefer popping beans?
So I like both, but I like finding the cut that people want, if that makes sense. So like I'm for both of them, but I like being the guy with that cut.
You're searching for that unicorn, and then you're just copying it.
Yeah, and I don't know. It's just, but at the same time, how do you just run one strain when there's so much gorgeous stuff out there, man? And I feel like it's unfair to the plant to just be, okay, this is the one strain I'm running. So that's where cuts come in, where it's like, all right, you know what? I feel like a new flavor. Let me just call up Cortez, get this cut, and now I got this flavor, and I'm still searching at the same time. You know what I mean? So
You
that's
know,
why
there's definitely something to be said, though, when you're working with a guaranteed winner from the beginning. I mean, I don't know. There's arguments for both seed, clone. The way I feel about it, though, especially there's only really like less than a handful of people I would take cuts from. But at the same time, it's like you don't always have to reinvent the wheel. It's like, oh, well, I have this super special snowflake participation trophy strain that blah. It's like, okay, that's great. And hey, maybe it is good. But how many frogs did you have to kiss before you got to that prince? You know what I mean? And then especially people that are working with like a smaller space, it's like, do you really want to waste your time on something that's going to be shit? So, I mean, in a 4x4, I like to do like a 2x2 dedicated to each plant. I like to double scrog them. There's times I'll even run like 4 of the same cut. So it makes training real nice. You can switch it up. But it's like, do I really want to do that on something that's going to be finicky, that's going to herm, that's really not going to produce, that on a consistent basis get some type of pH lockout to where it doesn't really gel with the rest of what I'm feeding my other plants? And in my tents, there is no special feeding. So if you can't keep up.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what I mean? Like and I've grown out the Jelly Gushers before. I've grown out the Cherry Paloma before. I've grown out Tiki Breeders cuts before. I guarantee you nobody in my area has it. So it's not like anybody's seen it before. That's what I mean about like, if I know it's good and I know what I'm going to get at harvest, I really don't need to reinvent the wheel.
Yeah.
I mean, my little rant, my humble opinion, whatever you want to call it.
We know.
No, that makes sense. It makes total sense. It does. And honestly, when you're running from seed, searching for something, it's better when you clone it and run it again.
Yeah.
So it's always better from clone. I think like the way you train it and everything, because like I don't know why. I think it just creates a little of a bit of a mutation.
I don't know about you, Joof, but I'm not running my lights over here to take out stock in the power company. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just think there's something to be said in searching a pack of seeds. I just think there's some magic. There's there's magic in a pack of seeds.
I love it.
However, like I said, clones are highly important, man. I mean, I don't know. I just enjoy it. To me, I will waste the space and waste the electricity because you know what? I'll find that bud that no one around me's got. And to me, that's worth it. Because that's what I do it for, man. I do it simply just to be the biggest head around. You know what I mean? Like I like being into the cannabis. I like being the guy people call around here that like something's wrong with my plants, or hey, you got any plants, or you know what I'm saying? Like I like that. That's what and like they're all kind of expecting me to like always have something new. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, what's it this year, dude? What's it this year? You know?
Yeah.
So like I kind of fell in love with that. So I think that's what it is. Like to me, it's worth it to waste a little bit of time. And it's because I mean, I don't know. It's not even wasting time, dude, because like, dude, I never ran this Kaleidoscope Eyes, man. Never. But I have a good breeder that I know is solid. So like I knew I was gonna get something good out of it. You know what I mean? And I've been very happy with the harvest. Very happy.
Almost definitely. Hey, Joof, you'd actually be proud of me right now. I got a little something in the works. Heather over there at Fast Buds asked me if I could run some. Hold on, Joof. Hold on, because I just said Fast Buds. I see you got that look already. These are zero ruderellis. These are zero ruderellis. These are not Autoflowers. This is from their new Photo Fem line. So you'd actually be kind of proud of me. This is actually going to be the first Photo Fems that I'm growing from seed. So I might find like a little Cortez cut in there.
There you go. And then you have the Cortez cut, dude. And see, that's the exciting thing about seeds. This
is a first for me. I mean, I have a pack of regs that like this is gonna sound crazy to some people listening to this, but like I'm almost intimidated to pop this 10-pack of regs that J.R. Token gave me probably like maybe a little over 2 years ago now. But it's Tiki Madman. It's like Sunday Driver cross to Pablo's Revenge or some shit like that. Mm-hmm. Dude, I know if I pop that pack and hunt through it, but I don't know. I got my new setup. I just did some upgrades recently. Moved too, so it's kind of been like a whole thing. And then the stuff that happened with my wife and her health or whatever, kind of just got everything back up and running again. But like, I won't lie to you guys. I'm trying to, I guess, work up the courage to pop this reg pack.
Hey, I'm about to pop some reg packs too. So you know what I mean. You just gotta pop more than you intend on.
Dude, the only reg pack I ever popped was Irie Genetics Sunkiss, and it came like, dude. I waited to see if the males came. I just was like, I packed my tent. Flowered everything, took the ones out that needed to be taken out. I think I got 2 females, right, and that was some of the best. Like orange bud, and it's like it's what's the word I'm looking for? Anyway, it's like like the stigma that goes with orange bud. You know what I mean? Like, oh, it's an orange flavor. It's not that good. Yo, this was so good, so good. And it was a regular pack of seeds, but that was the only time I had the balls to do it. You know what I mean?
I know. I'm trying to look forward to it.
I call me a pussy. Like, I'll be the pussy with the fire nug in the end, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna run a couple of these fast bud. They're from seed, so I'm kind of rolling the dice here, playing like the pheno lottery or whatever you want to call it. But at the same time, for us as growers to kind of be able to like play around like that more, it's important that we kind of build up like our weed stock first. So even if something does go haywire, that way we're not running and fucking giving the dispensary like half our paycheck just for our medication, you know what I mean? So that's why, got some autos going right now. That was not by choice. I had a light fall, so I was like, okay, what can get me to harvest the fastest right now? Well, I get these clones going again. But that really is the goal right now, is just to build up my weed stock. So I'm sitting on a nice little piece of something. That way I can kind of play around a little bit more. But until then, it's production. I'm just trying to build up weight. So if I can do that with clones of stuff, that maybe getting from like J.R. Token, some of the Tiki Madman stuff I got, I already know it's going to be fire. So if I can amass a certain amount, I can fuck around a little bit more. I mean, my thinking.
Have you ever taken a clone just straight 12 and 12, flowered her out?
Not really. I mean, I put one right outside when I knew it was flowering time, but it wasn't. I don't think it was the same thing. I tried to grow the smallest plant I ever grew this year. When I saw my other outside plant flowering, that's when I planted the seed, and it's a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. So they do go through a series, you know what I mean? A series of adjusting. I think even a clone will do that.
Yeah.
But like I said, I've never done it because it's going to stretch, right?
Yeah, it'll still go through the vegetative state for a little bit.
Yeah.
So, Joof, what do you guys got going on out there in New York? I was just watching this documentary that came across my YouTube yesterday. They were kind of talking about like the weed shops, the weed clubs or whatever. What's kind of the status? Because it kind of seems like maybe they're starting to crack down a little bit on what it was.
Yeah.
Can you kind of tell us a little bit more about what's going on over there closer to like New York City right now? Just as far as the scene?
Yeah, dude. That's where I actually met up with Scotty. Was at one of these weed bars almost. It was just a club. You hang out, you smoke. They had a little dispensary attached to it, and it was definitely an illegal dispensary. But yo, dude, they took my bud as long as I put it in a package, and they sold it right there. And then it sold too fast, so they didn't want to sell my bud because people wanted mine. That's literally what their excuse was to me. When they didn't want it, I came with the package. They're like, "No, we don't really want it." I'm like, "Why?"
You're on a little too much attention.
What?
They're like,
this.
nobody wants any of the other stuff in the shelf. I said, "Okay." I said, "All right, I'll take it. Whatever." So anyway, that was years ago. Now they're cracking down on these places. They found
that was
a place.
the thing I just watched. Yeah.
They just found a place, right? With I think I had like 148 pounds of weed. It had a printing press that they were printing out the packaging.
I was watching. They were inside of there with the cops, and it was like spray terps fucking galore.
Yeah,
and
man.
The cops weren't even like acknowledging, and like spray terps are not cool at all. But the cops weren't even acknowledging that it was a flavoring thing. They just kept saying added chemicals, so they were trying to make it like they were like
fucking up.
Fucking like ketamine or something, you know.
Yeah, they probably think it's fentanyl or some fentanyl spray.
Crack on it, you know?
Oh yeah, there's speedball in your cannabis.
Right. And this packaging, they're marketing to children. This one's got Mickey Mouse on it.
Manufacturing and distribution.
Yeah, they got those guys good. I actually just had somebody call me yesterday. Works in the dispenser or the legal market, I'll say. And they're like, "Yo, you got anything? Because like I'm sick of all these sprayed packs and the things that the dispos are putting out is garbage." So like, yo, man, over here, I've been in New York a long time. I remember when the weed went from you got shit with seeds in it to like they called it dro, and like we had a pipeline to Canada. We had like the official hookup.
So it was Beaster Buds.
Yeah, dude, all that stuff.
BC, but
when it turned from the compressed brick pack to the green some people would consider to be like mids, Beasters.
Yeah. No, we were getting real dro though too, like Great White Shark, like official hazes, like official. That like then the BCs came in too. And the BCs were exactly like you said. Like it was still better than brickweed, but it was shit. Nowadays,
it was usually a cheaper option. It was usually a cheaper option to be like, okay, I can give you an ounce of this, or I can give you like an eighth or a quarter of this for the same price. Which one?
I would always pick the eighth. Always.
Well, it would depend because if it was like me and a bunch of buddies throwing in like $5-10, we'd usually get the one that was more. But if it was like me for myself or like me and maybe like one or two other of my buddies, we'd get the better shit. But if we knew it was like fucking 10 heads on it, no, come on. Yeah.
No. 10 heads, we're getting a better bud. That's it. Well,
we got a 30 guy. We got a 30 case of Bush Light, and we got this fucking ounce of weed.
Nah, man, I'm gonna go get
like
a 12 pack of Heineken.
Come on, let's go.
I'm gonna go get a 12 pack of Heineken in that eighth and get twisted. That's what I'm gonna do. Listen, man, I've always been an advocate for good weed, man. I felt like, especially because it was illegal back then. Why get in trouble for this bullshit hay? You know what I mean? I'd rather pay the extra money and like whatever, just get a little bit less, but at least it tasted good. At least it looked good. You know what I mean?
Oh, dude, I had buddies that had been took into like the county jail because the cops found a joint roach in the ashtray of their car that they had forgotten about.
Yeah, man.
You remember those days, Joof? You remember those days, bud?
I never got locked up for that, but my buddy, like,
I never got locked up for weed.
I've been locked up for weed, just not a joint's worth.
Oh no, I didn't say I've never been
locked up for a bowl.
Oh damn! That was actually my first UPM. And this is such a funny story because So we were standing across the street. State trooper drove by. We walked across the street because we figured we were safe because we were on my buddy's property. Cop turned around, comes back around, and I don't know why, there was a bunch of us, so we had 2 bowls going around, and I put 2 glass bowls in my pocket. Cop asked me to get up off the wall. As soon as I got up, it sounded like fucking jingle bells in my pocket, and I got my first UPM that day. It was only a $10 fine, though. It was a $10 fine. It wasn't that bad. Yeah. But
What about you, Alicia? You ever been in trouble for weed?
No, I haven't.
well, God bless you.
Yeah.
God bless you.
Especially living in New York yourself.
Nobody should ever get in trouble for weed. However, I do think it should be illegal still. Sorry. I just do. I think, they're just ruining the industry. And now that like they're changing the Schedule 3, it's going to make it even worse because it's going to actually turn it back.
It's going to eliminate home grow.
Fuck you. It's not eliminating my fucking home.
I didn't say that. I did not say that.
Fuck
Listen,
yeah.
and you know what? Good. That's good, though. To me, that's good. Eliminate the home grow because then it puts it back in the hands of the people that aren't little pussies and will fucking do it themselves. And you know what? The fucking industry needs people that got good craft bud. Even if it isn't dealt to the masses, it's got to be – people, dude, there are old heads out there that are just used to smoking good bud. They don't care about the quantity. They don't care about the THC percentage. They care about if it tastes good and if it's a good experience. And that's what I feel my responsibility is as a home grower is to bring that to people. You know what I'm saying? So to me, like I kind of can't wait till the government fucks everything up and sends people back into our hands, because right now this whole dispensary thing has got people twisted thinking that legal weed is awesome, and it's really not. It really is actually pretty embarrassing, especially like New York is known for New York haze, all that shit. We had good bud around here, dude. I mean, I know Cali was always had more clout and whatever than we did, but we also had good trees around here always. And
the East Coast has always had certain strains, though. You guys have always had the sours, the hazes, some of the piffs.
Yeah, that's where all the good stuff came down to Virginia. Was from up in New York. When we get the old sour. I remember some I can't remember what strain it was. It was like teal color with the orange hairs through it, and it just smelled piney back in the day. I just can't remember what it was, but yeah, I used to love that shit.
New York City diesel.
Yeah. Some of my favorite.
I was there.
Post haze. It was like so. The Post is like a place. I think it's in the Bronx. I'm not sure. I'm not really a city person. I'm a redneck, like straight up redneck, and proud of it too. What's it called? But we used to go down there all the time. My buddy used to get, I remember they came in these little vials. They were with a butterfly on the top of it. It was like these little butterfly jars. You got 1 gram in it. And it was, dude, it was so good. It was just like so fucking good. I had an argument with one of my buddies the other day. He shows me a picture, right? He just shows me a picture. And he's like, yo, check out the haze that my buddy just got. And I was like, that's not haze, dude. He goes, yeah, it is. I go, nah. I said, it might say, like, the strain might be haze, no doubt. I said, but that's not haze, bro.
It's
like,
some crap that was
back in the day.
Fucking bred in somebody's basement in the Netherlands somewhere to be white labeled.
Well, no, it was a legit haze, but, like, even the guy who copped it was like, yo, dude, this isn't the haze like he's saying, though. I was saying it's that old school fucking haze from New York.
Yeah, it's got, like, the little cat piss on it almost.
Oh my God! Chemical
like ammonia.
That's exactly what it was. Chemical cat piss. And
in Chicago, when we would get the New York weed over this way, people would call it piff. I don't know. If
that's what we call it too.
Translates over, but the piff was always kind of that like ammonia-y cat piss kind of smell, and it almost smelled like something was wrong with the weed, but it wasn't.
Yeah. Dude, that's what they called it. They called it piff.
Yeah, that piff.
Yeah, son. Yeah, I remember one time I got pulled over. I was up in Albany. I was with these 4 people, and I was like, "Yo, let's go get a blunt and let's smoke. I got some good haze." And I actually had like a half pound in my trunk, and nobody knew that I had a half pound, and it was all bagged out in like grams. A whole half pound bagged out in grams because that's how good haze was. You could sell it $20 a gram, and people would eat it up. So when you got like a pound
the whole
of it,
thing
you could gram
immediately.
it out.
Just grab this, get the scale, yeah,
exactly.
lock the door.
That a few times.
Bagging the whole thing up right
This
now.
stuff stunk so bad that I had to wrap. I had it in like 3 Ziploc bags, 2 like shopping bags, wrapped in a blanket in my trunk underneath a tire, like in a backpack, and you could still smell it in my front seat. So I had taken a gram out because I didn't want anybody to see how much I had in there. Put it in my sock. Went to go to the to the store to get a blunt, and got pulled over. And I knew, like, the cop was like, "Yo, dude, your car stinks. Like, I know you got weed in there." And like, to prevent him from searching my car, he was like, I just reached in my sock and I gave him, because I didn't want everybody, because like I had much, everybody was getting arrested in the car.
We do that in Chicago too. Kind of keep something out like obvious, and it's just kind of like an easy give up. Like, here, man, okay, you got it.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
that was a good hate story. We smoked the shit out of the road. Like, we got back.
So wait, what happened though? So you gave him the gram out of the sock,
and he gave me a ticket and let me go.
Bogus.
Yeah, dude, he gave me a ticket and let me go. That was it.
Oh, he didn't even search you nothing.
So he didn't search shit. So as soon as he flipped around,
hit him with the fucking rope though.
I continued on to the same store I was going to, got the same blunt I was gonna get, went right back to where we were going, and I just popped my trunk. And that's when I showed everybody what I had in there, and they were like, "What the fuck?"
You just went on about your merry fucking business.
Back to
That's
business.
amazing. America.
Yeah, man.
I love it.
We used to have so much fun with weed when we were kids, man. Like, I don't know. Because, like, I've always been that dude that, like, I smoke wherever I go. Because, like, I never saw a problem with weed, man. Like, it's really not that big of a deal. So, like, we would just go everywhere.
Big deal. Some people just knew how to mind their own fucking business. But,
well, yeah.
I guess my opinion.
I tell you the truth, I never had a problem with it while we were smoking a joint, like people calling the cops on us or nothing. Really never had a problem with that. If the cops rolled by, we had more problems with the cops rolling by and just seeing us all stand in a group. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know about out there in New York, but especially back in like the late 90s, early 2000s, you could get arrested here in Chicago, especially if the cops wanted to be dicks. If there was more than maybe like 3 or 4 people standing together outside in Chicago, you can be arrested for mob action. If it's like you and like 3, 4 other guys, 5, 6, 7, 8, however many.
Wow.
That's crazy.
It's one of them bullshit charges, kind of like disorderly conduct. It's like, okay, so how was my conduct disorderly? By the letter of the law. You alarmed and disturbed the general public. It seems a little too
I do that every single day. When they let me out of my house, dude, I am a constant threat.
Wrecking ball.
Dude, I do asphalt, so like I literally had big ass machines in the road. And like just say some aggravated person like that's stuck in traffic comes and beeps their horn, I fucking lose my shit. Like I fucking go crazy. I've been on the road for 17 years. I had a guy pull a shotgun on me because I was telling him to slow down. He stopped his car, got out and pulled a shotgun on me because I was kind of being a dick, but my crew was in the road. You know what I mean? I was just like, slow down, you stupid fuck. What's wrong with you? I mean, there was construction signs everywhere. It wasn't like I was just somebody. So
hey, like, jerk off.
Natural ability just snap in traffic. So every day I walk out and I go to work, I am definitely a threat. to the general public. You know what I mean?
You don't even gotta be a threat for, well, at least here, Chicago, Illinois, you don't even gotta be a threat. You just have to alarm or disturb. So I mean, I could walk into the street right now, I could fart real loud, and I just disturb the general public.
Disturb somebody, yeah. That could be very bad, you know.
That's why I never really liked like the city areas, because like there's just too many people that like don't know how to mind their own business.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Well, here in Chicago, it's a little bit different now, because once we got into like, maybe about the 2010s, that's when a lot of the gun violence and, you know, whatever, a lot of it's through like the music, and then there's different entities, we'll call it, out there that kind of want to push that just for like the collapse of society. Well, maybe conspiracy theory. But now, as we've gotten into how it is today, present time, 2024, bro, I could walk down the street basically with my dick in my hand, and as long as there's no shots fired, the cops aren't getting out of their SUV.
Huh. I don't think I would either.
Oh, I could be doing twice the speed limit now. Wrong side of the fucking street, smoking a joint, beer in my other hand, and give the cop the finger as I drove past him, and he'd just shake his head and laugh at me. But you know what? There's sometimes it kind of helps when you live around like actual crime, because people pay attention to you a lot less.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I can see that.
How is it y'all both living in New York? I know, Alicia, you live in a whole different part of New York, and Joof, you live in a whole different part. Have y'all been to anywhere close to where each other lives? Is it different vibes? Is it the same weed stuff going on?
It's two totally different places. The furthest north I've been is Lake George. That's the furthest north I've been. And that's not even close to Rochester. Yeah.
I have no idea.
But it's two totally different.
Been to New York.
It's just two different places.
Yeah.
But it's New York. I can promise you that.
Yeah.
New York, New York. That I can promise you. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I've never been down south out of this state. Just I've been to other states, but never towards that area myself.
Yeah.
So you consider where you're at, Alicia, is down south. You consider people what down south? Is there a north to you?
I would be considered down south, definitely.
Okay.
State, yeah.
And she's up north. Like when people say her town, it's like, ooh, really? It's cold there in the winter, boy. You know what I mean? Oh,
I forget. I went somewhere up there. I went somewhere to some campsite up there, and it was Canada and New York. I can't remember where it was.
Alicia, can you say sorry?
I'm not Canadian.
No, I'm trying to see if she got like the little accent.
No, I don't. Maybe I will, but not right now. Now it's like, now I'm gonna say it all weird. Put on the pressure.
Yeah.
But at least we don't live in Buffalo, because that's where they really get hit. Like they get like an insane amount of snow, and they get hard blizzards because we have Lake Ontario and Lake Erie. So then you get lake effect snow, and lake effect snow, it does not stop snowing. It just comes down profusely.
Ooh.
Feet of snow they get.
But yeah, you might have been over by like Niagara Falls, distant, because
that's because I went and visited. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
It was crazy. They had people walk around like girls with their shirts off. Like they had Canadians just walk around just smoking weed and shit. When I was a kid. Yeah.
Nice.
I remember that.
Well, Joof, I saw you like grow vegetables and stuff outside too, right?
Oh yeah. That's what I do. I grow shit. My beard, my hair, my fucking garden inside. I got a garden upstairs in my living room. I got my vegetables outside. It's what I like to do. I like to grow shit, man. You know, and yeah, dude, that one, you saw that picture of that cucumber?
Yeah.
Yo, that thing was, I don't even know if it's any good, but it was huge. You know what I mean? We haven't cut it up yet, but like it was the size of my whole arm. It was huge. And like all I did, like literally, those are my outside beds. They're my 4x4 outside beds. I have 2 of them. I've been building them for years. I treat them with homemade compost that I build myself. I put in, this year I added a little bit of Dr. Earth Bud and Bloom just to add a little bit of juice for when they start to produce, cucumbers. And I got peppers in there. I got jalapenos, green peppers. I got some basil. I actually have tomatoes that are technically, I guess, my own strain now. I planted sweet 100s, and then I had big tomatoes, and I think the bees cross-pollinated for me.
Yeah.
So the next year I had, because like they would just fall, right? The tomatoes would just fall, and the next year they would come up. Every year I don't plant a single tomato plant, and I literally have one side of my house covered in tomatoes. And they're like these little cherry tomatoes, but they look like beefsteak tomatoes. So like they're tiny, but they look like beefsteaks with like the ridges on them and shit, and they're sweet. I mean, I don't eat tomatoes. So I just like to grow shit. My wife eats all that stuff.
Yeah.
I just got a really interesting offer. I want to give somebody a shout out really quick, by the way. Chi-Town Hi-Fi on Instagram. He just offered me, he's a local Chicago guy here. Well, I guess he's in the suburbs now. But he just offered me, I guess his like Romanian or like Bulgarian neighbor or something like that, gave it to him because you can take cuts off of tomatoes like you can with weed. He offered me, I guess they're like illegal to have. They're like prohibited. Whatever the strain of tomatoes is like fucking contraband in the US. Something about, I don't know. I'd have to
they get you high?
No, it doesn't get you high. But it's one of those like transporting goods. You know how like you can't like take stuff from one country to another,
like agriculture,
planes and shit about it. But he's like, hey, I got these tomatoes. Do you want some? They're this European strain of tomato, blah blah blah. I'm like, tomato, I don't got any room for it. Then he's like, yeah, by the way, they're illegal in the United States. I was like, wait, now I kind of want them.
Now I want it.
Okay, you just made these tomatoes a whole lot more appealing.
Yeah, I want it. Y'all start selling cuts of illegal tomatoes. I'll do it. I'll fucking start a business right goddamn now. I will.
Jamaican tomatoes.
I'll turn my bedroom into a tomato cutting place. You know what I mean? People would love illegal tomatoes.
These things were huge too, and they were kind of more of like an orangish. He sent me some pictures in flower.
Nice. That's sweet. Nice. I would take it if I was you, personally. I would.
Yeah.
I'll get some to you, Joof. Don't worry.
Dude, that's just an awesome
the redhead kid. The redhead kid will get you some of these alleged. These alleged prohibited European. We'll talk.
Yeah, all right. I'm with it. You smoke bowls, Cortez?
All day.
I was actually.
I'm like an old man. I'm a bowl dude.
I like my fucking cones, my raw cones. I don't even roll anymore. Like
Me neither. I don't do that either. I smoke a big one. I just sit there and stuff them, twist it, and light it up, and go to town.
I actually retired from rolling because I retired twice. So me and my friends used to argue and fight who's gonna roll the blunt, who's gonna roll the joint, and then we would have who's the better guy. It was always my weed, so like I always was rolling it. I was pretty good at it. then it got to the point where I was like, yo, I'm tired of hearing you guys fight, so I'm just gonna quit. Anytime the weed gets broken up, it's on you guys. Then I started doing it again, like, because now that I'm kind of like a family man, so like I don't really go out and hang out. Like I just like going to work, being in my garden, and hanging out with my family. Man, that's really all I enjoy in my life.
When I'm off work, then I kind of work for my wife. She keeps me busy. All I really got to do is look comfortable for too long.
Yeah. See, I'm fortunate. My
hey, babe.
My wife's cool like that. She sees me comfortable. She lets me sit there because she knows I don't get comfortable easy. You know what I mean? I'm always moving around and doing something.
Yeah.
No, she does a lot too. Like, I don't know. I just kind of tease her sometimes.
No, I know. I get
it. you got to terrorize them a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, I don't know what I would do without her.
Dude, the whole reason I even grow is because of my wife. Like I was going to, when they first opened up the legal market in New York, it was medical. And I got a medical card and I was going to this place called Curaleaf. And like, dude, I was spending like $300 a week for nothing. For like nothing.
Yeah.
And it was garbage. They didn't have flowers. So like my wife was like, me and my boy were talking about it, and I was like, man, I always wanted to grow weed. I tried it when I was young, but it never worked out. My wife's like, so then why don't you do it? I said, okay. I said, I can do it in the house. She goes, yeah. I said, okay. So I started researching. Like, you know what I mean? It took me 6 months to pick out a light, man. You know what I mean? Like my first, like I was new to
consumer reviews and shit.
Yeah, and like, dude, I didn't know like there was no like I didn't know about the Dude Grow show. I didn't know about like I started with Mr. Grow It. Honestly, he was the first dude.
Yeah.
I started
Mr. Grow It, Mr. Canuck from Seed to Stoned. I actually found ICANN before I found Dude Grows, but it was back when he like I used to think that the way he edited his voice, I used to think that ICANN was like some like 13 or 14-year-old kid that grew weed just because of the way his voice sounded.
Yeah.
I found Jordan River and then I found Dude Grows.
Nice.
Yeah. So
I like the Dude Grows because it was like, funny and there was the science. You know what I mean?
You know, by the time
felt like a family.
By the time that I found Dude Grows, it was like finally a place to where like people spoke my language and it made sense.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, you know.
Hell yeah. But it is like, you're right. It's like a family, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's legit like a family. And that's why I always like, yo, I'm straight DGC. And I still rep DGC hard, buddy.
Hell yeah.
That's why, Joof, you're invited to the family reunion. Mark it on your calendar now, sir. June 7th, 2025. Your boy probably will have a booth over there.
I can't promise anything, but I can promise I'm going to do my best to make it out. Right?
Alicia, you need to go.
It's not like I can't.
I'm trying to make my first one.
Yeah, dude, I really want.
If you run into a couple large gentlemen about June 6th, don't be alarmed. Just go with it. Yeah. Don't make it harder than it's got to be.
I'll just get in the car.
Yeah.
It'll seem like a party to me. Be like, all right, let's do this.
Dude, come on. Yeah. I sent a couple chauffeurs.
Hell yeah, son. I'll do that shit. No, I do though. It looks like a great fucking time, man. You know, I don't know. I don't even care about competing or nothing like that at this point. I just want to get there, man. Like there's a lot of people out there. They're my friends, dude. I never even really seen their face.
If you want my advice, honestly, bro, like if you want to go to have a good time, don't compete. Because I competed 2023, I did all right. But at the same time, like I shot out there for like 48 hours. The whole time my mind was just on like the competition. You know, them fucking Colorado people, they force the mushrooms on you and the whole thing. So I'm like trying to compete, kind of like halfway tripping on mushrooms, don't know what's going on. There's like ceremonies and shit going on. But that was 23 this year, 24 when I went. I just went out there and, I was like, I'm going to have a good time. But at the same time, I want to like basically like go out there and like shoot content. So I had such a better time this year. It was such better time to like not worry about, because you're competitive like I'm competitive. So like I already know, bro. Like if you go out there and compete, especially if it's only for like a day or two, just so you're there for the event, like it's like work. Yeah. Like just go have a good time, get to meet everybody in person, go bullshit. Like that way it's like a vacation. Like I can honestly say I had a Colorado vacation this year.
Yeah, Colorado's beautiful too, man.
Oh my God. Tell me about it. We had an Airbnb out there. I was out there with dude, where's my bong and Healthy Green. We all threw in. So it was like probably a little bit cheaper than it would have been for like a nice hotel. Oh my God. We drove up to the mountains. We got to see the water. Wait till you see the drive up to Scotty's house, bro. I could send you like the video of like how it looks going up there. But like seriously, like people don't even realize, but like when you go up to Scotty's house, it feels like you're going up to see a fucking Bond villain. Like it's like you're going like up to see like Goldfinger or somebody. How you got to get to that guy's house?
Yeah.
That's how the mountains are in Virginia.
My aunt lives out in Colorado, so I've seen those roads, man. They're no joke.
What part of Colorado?
Evergreen.
Oh,
it's like
and they're like no, that's out here. Never mind.
What were you gonna say?
Like a snowboarding park or something like out that way.
Oh, yeah, something. I think it's in Gold. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I guess at this point, I'm only really familiar, sort of, kind of, a little bit with like Fort Collins, LaPorte area.
Yeah, my aunt's like probably like 45 minutes from Fort Collins.
Okay, sweet. So I can put like a little point of reference on it then.
Yeah. So I used to go out there as a kid, and like we would go into the mountains, and like you said, I just always loved it out there. It's gorgeous. So I do want to go. I do want to go. Trust me, it's not that I don't. It's just sometimes you got to make adult decisions.
Yeah,
and
life shit.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's only a
couple
things
being around, doesn't it?
Plus, I was there in spirit anyway, man. I was there in spirit. I heard that at the before party and the after party, my Guava Gator number 3 was in the air constantly. So you know what? I was there.
So I can actually attest to that. At the after party at the bakery, they had it in a leaf blower.
Untrained astronaut.
Yeah, I want to say that was Untrained Astronaut, but if I'm saying the wrong person's name, don't in the comments.
It is. Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude.
But yeah, dude, he clouded out the whole fucking bakery with that.
Blessed everybody.
Oh yeah. She's special.
Sample.
Yeah.
You got some? You tried some of that? You guys tried it?
No, I haven't. No.
Yeah, I got hit by part of that fucking leaf blower, Joof.
Good. I hope you breathed in deep, dude. I hope you're real fucking deep.
And then I smoked some of it too. Scotty had packed it up. I had got it. Whenever I go to the cup, I always get a little bit of rosin and some of those pens from Taking Tops. So I'm at the bakery. I don't know. I'm like I don't know. If I showed that to like somebody around here in my area, they'd be like, "You have like drugs. Get away from me." No, they wouldn't even want to hear the explanation. So like, I pretty much only smoke dabs. Well, I have been more lately when I go like out to Colorado. So like, I don't know how to do the rig, and I'm like, can somebody help me? Because I don't want to break. I know I would break some shit like that and be like, ooh, So I'm like, hey, can you help me? Scotty was doing the nail thing for me, so I could smoke some of the rosin and shit. But he packed up some of the guava gator and I smoked it, but he didn't tell me at that moment that it was Joof weed. He's just like, hey, I got this really good stuff. You got to try it out. But he's like in a conversation with like 22 people at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he was kind of like in and out. You know, Scotty's a great host. So he's like talking to everybody. But then it made sense later on. I was like, oh, okay, wait. That was from Joof. That was the Loving in Her Eyes weed.
Yeah.
Like it made sense after the fact, if that makes sense.
Hell yeah, it does. It makes sense. Yeah, dude. I don't know. So I will try my best to make it fucking out there this year. I mean, like if I feel
You
like
are
I have
cordially invited, sir. And so is the whole community. It's going to be the first Saturday in June. And I'm sure the VIP party will be the Friday night before, if you guys want to go to that. So that would be June 6th, 2025 for the VIP party. That's a little bit later at night. Saturday, June 7th will be the actual cup. And then I think that usually kicks off at like maybe about 11 or noon. And then you got like 5 hours of judging to go around, talk to everybody, smoke the weed and everything.
nice.
Oh yeah.
It's always a great time.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to.
Do y'all have any events out there in New York coming up or anything going on?
Actually, I think I might be going to my boy Footy Grows. I think it's Footy Grows NY on Instagram. It's in Wallkill. It's like almost. It sounds like it's going to be a pig roast barbecue, and then there's going to be a couple vendors there, but it's all small batch home growers.
Oh, nice.
And we've been trying.
That's the best shit to go to. That's the best shit to go to.
Yeah, he's been wanting me to go for a while. It's just my harvests haven't really lined up with a good one. And like, if I'm gonna go to an event like that, I'm gonna go with a fresh harvest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go out there and dummy a 5-pack real quick.
Yeah. So I think I'm gonna do that. But other than that, not really. I don't really like follow the community like that around here because it's all, like I said, it's all spray packs and stuff, and everybody DGC or in the grill community lives so far from me. It's just like unlike all the people I met when Scotty came out. One kid's like 3 hours away in Jersey. The other person's like, I don't even know where Big Word lives, but he's up north. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, how do you even? I don't know. I got 3 kids. It's not like it's not that easy. And a full-time job, you know what I mean? So So I mean, I'm gonna try and go to this one, and
that's the thing with me to get time off from my job. Like when I go out to the cup, that's like pretty much like my vacation for the year.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But it's like, I don't know, like everybody's got to experience it at least once. It's like going to adult summer camp, literally.
Yeah. Dude, I'm gonna do it probably. I just don't want to promise nothing.
What about you, Alicia? Would you try to go to something like that, or?
I mean, I would like to. Yeah, it would be cool to go to that DGC Cup. Plus, my mate, that's how I even know the Do Grow show is. Yeah, he would just lose it if he could go. He loves them a lot. That would be cool.
Does your life?
I hope to see you guys out there.
Allow that to happen, maybe.
If I save my vacation time. Yeah.
Right. That's the same position that I'm in. So that's why I'm kind of like trying to spread the word now because like the date is set. So I know people that are like in the same situation as me. That's another reason why I kind of made like the adult summer camp. Like I know for me, if I didn't literally plan my year around going, like with work and then, you know, put in stuff at the certain times or whatever, because like we actually bid for vacation at my job. So like I got a bid to get that week off.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like, even if somebody beats you out on the bid, you can usually kind of pull them to the side and be like, hey, would you be interested in this and that if you switch? Oh, okay. Yeah. You know, sometimes you got to grease some palms a little bit, but you can usually get people to go along. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I just tell my boss, hey, I'm not going to be at work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I work at a small company. Like, dude, I don't even get out of my car in the morning until my joint's done. Like, I won't. I just won't. And it's either I can come to work and get along with everybody, or I can pass a drug test, and you can just pick one.
Yeah.
Amen.
What
My
about
boss
you?
is cool.
You just you would obviously go, right? To that?
What?
Oh yeah, I'm setting up this time. I was supposed to go last year, but the way I was going to compete and everything, I even had a cut that I guess I got from the Dude Grows. They sent, and it ended up being a cut from Raw Genetics, and it ended up being Bacchio belts.
Oh yeah.
That thing was, it made from all the way from California all the way to here to Virginia, and that thing was stinky and crazy and funky, and it was amazing. I wish I would have cloned it, but that's just, I'm like, how you were saying earlier, Joof, I like to keep popping beans and just keep finding the next one. I don't have all that space. I got a couple tents in a closet, but I just want to always have that, keep popping the next pack and finding what I like.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
But I definitely like that. I wish I kept it.
Yeah. It sucks. It sucks.
And I would have entered her for real.
Nice. That's saying something.
Yeah.
Would you got anything you're working on right now, Joof? Anything you want to shout out?
Nah, dude.
Yeah.
Any big projects?
Oh, just need more people growing their own good bud. That's the only shout out I need to make is just grow your own shit, people. That's it.
Oh yeah.
Where can everybody find you out there on the social medias?
Joof And The Beanstalk on Instagram.
We'll go ahead and drop that down at the bottom of the screen so people can check you out.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. I'm always willing to talk shop too. So I answer people if they hit me up. Because that's what got me through a lot is people answering. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, dude, what did you do there? Oh, I got a question about this light. Like people actually taking time and being like, oh no, I don't feel like that's no good. You know what I mean?
A little too Hollywood.
So like it's like a thing for me. It's like you gotta get it out there so more people could be comfortable doing this, and then everybody's just, and then we weed out this legal market, and we're just all growing our own shit. Whether it's legal or not to grow your own, you just should grow it yourself. You could do it in a little 4x4 tent. You could even do it in a 2x4 with some of Cortez's Autoflowers. You could do it with, but I would personally go for 4x4 minimum with photo periods. That's my personal. And then you got something.
1776. We're bringing the fucking Boston Tea Party back. Come on, let's go.
Yeah. I don't even get me started about the Boston Tea Party. I'm very upset about how taxes now. We realized we went to war over a 2% tax, and now we're just sitting around like idiots.
Yeah.
Look, look what assholes we are here in Chicago. Inside Chicago city limits, we're getting taxed 3 times at the dispo for cannabis. We're getting taxed by Illinois State. We're getting taxed by Cook County. And we're getting taxed by the city of Chicago. So you're walking out the door with like a $76 or like $84, 3.5 of something that's like a year and a half old and wasn't that good to begin with.
Layers.
So don't even get me started about taxes. You don't want to put a quarter in me.
The problem, what they're doing to this industry, man. Because I just can't. It kills me. It fucking kills me.
Right on. But yeah, we're at about an hour 10, hour 15 here. So I think we're gonna start to wrap it up here, guys. This 10-8 for camping. Do you got any shout outs or anything you want to give before we close out?
I just want to get a shout out to the whole Sunday Sesh squad. Canna, Alicia, Cortez the Konqueror, And
Got the
our
first episode in the books.
hell yeah, and our guest here, Joof. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
thanks for having me, man. It's been great.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you spreading the word and keep fighting that good fight. Keep growing that dank, man. For real. Shit looks
yeah,
amazing.
Hell yeah, dude.
And I hope you get to the DGC Cup for real. Me too.
I know.
I hope we all see each other there. For
Hell
real
yeah.
in person.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Definitely.
Can Alicia, you got anything?
Shout out to Homegrown Community and Dude Grow shows. Both very strong.
Oh yeah.
Mama
strong
Kush,
leaders that
big
grow
shout
in the
out.
community.
Scotty Real.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. What up, Scotty, dude?
Oh yeah,
What's good, bro?
Scotty.
Yo, man, I haven't talked to him in a minute. But
I was talking to Scotty this morning on the phone. He was asking about you.
yo, tell him I said what up. I was texting him a couple nights ago, but he must have been busy and I passed out.
Oh, that's probably why he made a big deal about making sure that I said hello to you from him. So
Hell yeah, dude. And Scotty's my boy, dude. Oh, Scotty's
That's
man,
what's
definitely.
same fucking
Yeah.
guy in real life.
Yo,
There's
oh, I
some
know,
people that don't see the
100%,
show.
same guy. 100%. But that's a shout out. I got a shout out. Straight up DGC. Every single DGC member, anything that has to do with the Dude Grow Show, dude. Straight up, just changed
Amen.
my grow career, changed everything I feel about weed. Like I just shout out to the DGC, bro. You guys are a bunch of fucking awesome motherfuckers.
Oh yeah.
Fuck yeah.
But all right, on that, we're gonna sign off for this week, guys. But just stay tuned because the following Sunday sesh after this one is actually going to be the first one on the new channel. That one is going to be live, and then it's going to be with Chubbs from Fast Buds.
Hell yeah.
Until next time,
Yes,
guys.
sir.
See you guys.
Bye. Thank you.
Yeah, thank
Yeah,
you.
y'all.
Peace.